Is there a catch?
There is, just a small one. It might kill you.
The coincidental outbreak of COVID-19 and the rollout of 5G networks has sparked a wild conspiracy theory that coronavirus was caused by 5G.
You don't know the symptoms of it. It's a kill switch.
Some are claiming the radiation produced by 5G can lower the immune system, making people more vulnerable to the virus. So, how did this baseless idea spread? The first known appearance of the conspiracy theory online was on January 19, when this was posted on Twitter.
Disease in Wuhan city of 8.5 million people? Wuhan has 5,000 plus 5G base stations now, and 50,000 by 2021. Is it a disease or is it 5G?
This tweet included a link to an article about the Wuhan coronavirus outbreak, written by the Russian state-owned news outlet RT. Four Corners has established it came from an anonymous account that regularly posts pro-Russian government content. The next day, the idea appeared on a conspiracy theory blog called The Rabid Sheep.
This is a French blog that has a history of posting about the supposed health dangers of 5G technology. And of course, as soon as the coronavirus itself happened, it also pivoted to connecting its existing obsessions with 5G with the pandemic.
From there, the conspiracy theory about 5G and coronavirus began to spread online, shared in Facebook posts.
So this shows the development over time, but what we can also then look at is the network between pages that share particular content. And what we're seeing there is a very clear network that's spread into different language communities. We've got Romanian, Italian, Spanish, French language clusters and various other languages as well. And in the center, of course, a large English language cluster.
When it was picked up just over a week later by the notorious far-right conspiracy website InfoWars, it made the jump to a larger audience.
5G causes flu-like symptoms. Interesting?
By February, the torrent of misinformation about coronavirus was so great, the United Nations branded it an infodemic.
Fake news spreads faster and more easily than this virus and is just as dangerous.
The 5G conspiracy theory continued to spread when it was raised by US Dr. Thomas Cowan at an anti-vaccination conference.
There has been a dramatic and quantum leap in the last 6 months with the electrification of the Earth. And I'm sure a lot of you know what that is. It's called 5G.
Dr. Cowan was on probation after being found guilty in 2017 of unprofessional conduct by the California Medical Board.
And I'll finish with anybody want to make one guess as to where the first completely blanketed 5G city in the world was. Exactly. So when you start thinking about this, we are in an existential crisis here, folks.
The claim about Wuhan's rollout of 5G is false. Yet days later, a video of the lecture was promoted on Twitter by US pop singer Kerry Hilson. She has 4.2 million followers. Then, rapper Wiz Khalifa added more fuel to the conspiracy theory, with a tweet to his 36 million followers. Other celebrities shared the theory too, including Woody Harrelson, John Cusack and MIA.
Celebrities really become super spreaders in all of this. They have millions, if not tens of millions of followers via their various social media accounts. And so once they start posting about these conspiracy theories, even critically, that makes them much more visible and reaches a much larger and more diverse audience.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Do you work for the NHS?
No.
Who do you work for?
Soon, the conspiracy theory made the leap from online to the real world.
You don't know the symptoms of it. It's a kill switch. Is this
5G
essential work?
technicians in the UK began reporting being abused and threatened with violence.
But do you know what you're doing there? You're laying 5G.
Yeah.
You realise that, don't you? Yeah?
Yeah.
So you know that kills people.
It's gonna fall, that is, bro. That's gonna fall, that is.
Next, anti-5G activists began burning phone towers.
5G burning, bro.
By early May, more than 70 mobile phone towers had been attacked in the UK, and more than a dozen more across Europe, North America and New Zealand.
And send the message out. 5G. You government. You New World Order.
Australia was not immune.
Counter-terrorism police have been brought in following international attacks on phone towers linked to conspiracy theories that the 5G network spreads coronavirus.
On May 9, a tower in Adelaide went up in flames. Police believe it was deliberately lit. The next day, at an anti-lockdown rally in Melbourne, 5G was again linked to coronavirus.
Hello everyone.
It prompted a sharp response from Australia's then Chief Medical Officer, Brendan Murphy.
There's unfortunately a lot of very silly misinformation out there. There is absolutely no evidence about 5G doing anything in the coronavirus space. I haven't unfortunately received a lot of communication from these conspiracy theorists myself. It is complete nonsense. 5G has got nothing at all to do with coronavirus.
The global spread of misinformation about 5G is no accident. Far from a benign threat emanating from the basements of a few locked down conspiracy theorists, there's growing concern more sinister players may be involved, and that hostile governments may have exploited the movement for their own interests.
I think we'd be naive if we did not recognise the possibility that some of these claims are being generated by hostile governments or by others who have a motive to try and create instability and disorder in democracies like Australia. We know that disinformation and misinformation has been an issue in elections in other countries, and so that cannot be ruled out, in my view, as a possible driver of some of this.
It creates division, it creates disruptions, it creates protests, it creates possibly more people disobeying any lockdown orders, any social distancing orders, and of course that then further damages the economy, damages the population in the first place by spreading the virus further. So it weakens ultimately the countries that they're addressing.